I'm Isti Halasny. This is my mother.
My name is Ida Alexi. I'm from Bethel, but currently in the winter times I'm up at Bislak.
My name is Sherry Ball, and I manage Alga Creek Lodge and started a lodge here in 2000. And we started it because our fishing was not doing so well, and I was afraid that my kids wouldn't be able to continue to come and enjoy the land.
The Yukon River had a management taken care of by the state of Alaska, Department of Fish and Game, and they did a very good job. They had times when they had to close the fisheries because of the numbers of the fish that were coming in. I kind of know that because I worked for Fish and Game before with the advisory committees, and the people were sometimes not very glad about being restricted as to how many fish they can get. But now it's paying off. This summer they are able to get a lot of king salmon, which is the favorite of all the people that dwell along the rivers.
We think about the sustainability every summer when it's time to go fishing. We often feel like it's a good thing that they closed the river down, but we also feel like we're not getting enough fish as we used to. But like my mom said, because of the restrictions that they have put on the river, it's coming. The fish are coming back, and we're happy about it.
I think our fisheries are super sustainable here in Alaska. I can't speak for the whole state, just because I've only ever worked in Kodiak, but they do a really good job of making sure that that the runs are going to be here for years to come, and not just getting a huge haul at the moment, which can be a hard job when you live in a small state, people-wise, because a lot of people are pressuring you because it is their livelihood. But you have to make sure to balance wanting to make people happy with making responsible decisions for the ecosystem.
Hi, my name is Lori Bassett. I believe Alaska's fisheries are very sustainable. We watch Alaska Fish and Game monitor each run that we work with, which is the Carlick Run, very effectively each year.
You have to have numbers in the river to make it sustainable. And if you're not getting your fish up the creek, good numbers of fish up the creek, it won't sustain itself. Mm-hmm. So right now I do not think it's very sustainable, but I think it could be.
When we are able to catch kings, chums, reds, and coho, we feel like we are blessed with fish. And this year I feel like we had put away almost as much as before, but not quite.
It means food. It means food for the winter. It means food for the entire family.
Fish is a part of our lifestyle. It's intertwined with our culture, with our style of living.
Brings us together.
Yes.
That's for sure. It brings the whole family together.
They've been a big part of my life growing up. They've been a part of my livelihood. They've been a part of my life as far as being out here in the summertime. I've been able to learn about Alga Bay and about the fishery. I've spent a lot of time not fishing, waiting to build runs when I was younger. And during that time, we were able to travel throughout the bay and do a lot of hiking. So it's that period of rebuilding the systems has allowed me to enjoy Alga Bay. I've been lucky. And building the runs was real important for our livelihood too, and then we got to enjoy a lot of the fruits of our sitting around on our hands forever and not fishing. And I just see a kind of a trend backwards again, and so that's why we're doing this. Sitting around waiting on our hands to fish.
Boy, they mean our income, our livelihood. I feel like it defines us as what we are as Alaskans. It's very unique, especially the set net fishery, which is one of a kind.
I think that it's really important for our generation to care about salmon management, because whether or not, even if you don't live in Alaska, if you're not involved in commercial fisheries, if you don't eat a lot of salmon during the year, there's still so much that relies upon the salmon runs throughout Alaska. The bears, the foxes, the otters, the trees, the wildlife, everything kind of revolves around salmon here. I had a lady tell me once that Native people used to just base their birthdays on when the salmon ran. And that's because that's how important it is here. And whether or not you eat salmon, there is some part of your life, if you live in Alaska, that is affected by the salmon industry here. And so it's really important that we keep it alive and keep it healthy, because we might not see it right now, but it can be really damaging to our prospects in the future if we ruin the run.
Finally, my favorite salmon to eat and catch is for sure the sockeye salmon. They make a great canned salmon, they make a great smoked salmon, they make a great dinner, they make great salmon tacos.
Oh, my favorite salmon is probably sockeye, red salmon. But I also really enjoy silvers. They're good too.
Mm-hmm.
If I had to live off of one, it would probably be sockeye.
Oh, my favorite salmon to eat is definitely sockeye. There's no comparison. And I only eat salmon during the summer when I work in a field camp, because we eat quite a bit of salmon when we work in field camp.
My favorite fish, I'd have to say the king salmon.
In the past maybe 4 years, we haven't been able to get as much kings as we wanted to. But this summer we got maybe 15, and we were able to jar 12 of those, which was great because we get to have jars of fish for the winter.